Hello and welcome back to Solid. My name is Jake. Thank you very much for joining me. Today is, what day is today? Monday, May 5th, and we got a Battlehawks rehauction slash ReKawp, more ReKawp than rehauction. Didn't do a rehauction because got home late and then was very hungover the next day. So I did not do that. But we are here with a ReKawp for the Battlehawks. I mean, dare I say, dominant 12-6 win over the Arlington Renegades. Battlehawks now 4-2. Let me see what the standings are real quick, because I wonder if they're tied. The Battlehawks are actually in first place now in the no. It's second place in the XFL. Tied for first in the XFL conference. At 4-2, DC got their dicks blown off yesterday, so they're 4-2 as well. I'm looking at this, yeah. So that's nice. So I mean, it seems like this whole entire season's going to end up coming down to that Week 10 game in DC, I believe. Yeah, in DC. Anyway, we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on what we saw, and I think I actually want to start with the defense, because this was the defense's game, man. This was the defense's game. Okay, so Luis Perez was 16 for 23, 145 passing yards, an interception. That's a 69.6 completion rate. But man, oh man, the man of the hour is Pita Penu. And Travis Feeney is not far behind him, but Pita Penu, this guy, what do you have? He had 5 total tackles, but four solo tackles, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and he recovered one of them. And let's see if PFF has the pressure rate. They don't have the data still currently under review for PFF. I guess that makes sense because the UFL, they're not exactly going to get that out there as quick as other games. But the man just lived in the backfield. Gave Luis Perez just what a terrible day for him. He was, just beating the shit out of him left and right, man. It was awesome. You gotta think defensive player. If he keeps this kind of thing up, it's defensive player of the year. But definitely defensive player of the week. That was wild. He was unstoppable. He was just abusing that right tackle, man. In most of the time with Pita, it's like, okay, I said this before, middle 56 minutes of the game, we're not really going to see him. The first 2 minutes and the last 2 minutes, that's where Pita Penu thrives. But no, this game, he was just there. But then he also did come alive at the end. He also came alive at the end. The forced fumble that he had at the end of the game. Like, what do you... And stupid Luis Perez, this guy, he tries to scramble. The Battlehawks are rushing 3, which turns out decently effective. They're only rushing 3, and I think it was Travis Feeney. They didn't have any big bodies out there. It was Travis Feeney, what's my boy? Chris Garrett and Pita Penu are rushing 3 at the end of the game. Luis Perez thinks that he's going to step up and get some yards, and no, he has the ball. Who you think you are, Michael Vick? He's holding the ball in one hand. It's like, no, you stink, pal. You stink. You are big time. Spoiler: he's bitch of the week for sure. Luis Perez, bitch of the week. But then Pita Penu comes up from behind him, seemingly pretty easily, and just smacks the ball right out of his hands. Man, he had a tremendous game. We were kind of wondering how, at least I was kind of a very collective royal we, wondering how the defensive line was going to look without Austin Falliou. I thought that they're going to get run on a lot more. The cat Kyler Baugh, so the 2 guys that they ended up putting on the active squad for that game, it was Isaiah Mack, number 97, Isaiah Mack, and then number 90, Kyler Baugh. Kyler Baugh, I only saw him at the beginning of the game, and it looked bad. Arlington only really had 2 good plays this game, and one of them is that Kyler Baugh got double teamed and just thrown out of the club, and they got like a 17-yard run or something on it. And honestly, that was the last time I saw it. number 90 on the field. Like, he is like, buddy, you got some playing time, and then he played, and it's like, there's a reason you've been inactive. So yeah, no, what did I say? The other cat's name, Isaiah Mack. Man, I liked the way that he was playing. He's a big guy too. If you can lose a big guy, but you have a big guy come in that's maybe not as good as Austin Falliou, but still decent enough. I mean, he was moving laterally. He was making plays on the edge. Not even on the edge, like in the flat. Like, he was moving well, had some good speed, and was not missing tackles. I don't necessarily think he was eating the double teams like Austin Falliou does, but it was still good. So I thought he played well. Like I said, Travis Feeney had a good game. I mean, it was the defensive line. They were just an absolute menace, which is good because coverage was much better this game from the defensive backs. Much better this game. Still not great. Still not. They had some guys running open, but a lot of the reason, I mean, it's a team sport. It was working real well with each other. The pressure getting home quick, making it so that there wasn't so much on the defensive backs. There was, like I said, the rushing three was mostly effective. There was one where they only rushed three, and then was his name like Deontay Burnett or whoever it was, caught a big, like, right at the sticks. It's like, man, you're in the most basic zone coverage back there, doing the most basic prevent defense, and wide receivers are finding a hole in the coverage. It's like, God, you gotta be more sound. That being said, other plays is like they're locking them down and not letting them do anything. I will say, 24 Miles Jones, the starting cornerback, hot seat for you, big guy. He got taken out of the game once again. Nick Whiteside, number 10, came in. This is the corner because, again, Brendan Sebastian is out. I believe he's on the IR, probably for a couple more weeks, if not the entire season. So Chris Payton-Jones on one side, and it's been kind of a cornerback by committee on the other side. But so far, in like the 3 games or 4 games, however many games Brendan Sebastian's been out, Miles Jones is starting and then getting taken out of the game, and then it's either Miles Sims or Nick Whiteside, and it's not good for that Miles Jones. He's getting beat on inside routes or in breaking routes pretty easily. Again, I don't necessarily know what the rules are for his coverage. We don't know what we don't know, but it doesn't look good. He's not really sticking to guys. And then there was a run that came straight at him. It didn't come straight at him. It was kind of an inside zone, but he came up to try to make a tackle, and then he just threw his, like, he did the cornerback that doesn't want to be physical move, where he kind of just jumped backwards into the pile, and then you can see the pile kind of. I'm sure it was Kalen Ballage because he's the bigger guy, the bigger running back. Arlington's bigger running back, but he's still moving forward after the kind of all the messes cleared up, and Miles Sims is just like kind of standing there. It's like, man, if you're gonna throw your body backwards, at least like give it some heart. It didn't. I wrote down in my notes, Miles Sims doesn't like contact, and I believe on my mid-season awards thing that I did last week, which you shouldn't listen to because I think it was pretty bad. I said that the Battlehawks did not have a bitch of the year so far, and I was like, man, it's the bar is set kind of low in order for a Battlehawks player to be a bitch of the week, because it seems like most of the time these guys are playing pretty physically, but then I saw this happen kind of early in the game. I was like, ugh, that is bitch of the week material, but he's not, because Luis Perez, again, is bitch of the week. Linebackers, they played well. Willie Harvey's come alive in the last 2-3 weeks, which is good. Mike Rose, always, I mean, not always. He does guess wrong sometimes when he's coming up for a to fill a gap or something like that. Maybe that's his gap responsibility. Again, we don't know what we don't know. But no, linebackers, the entire defense was that was a dominant game, man. That was a dominant. They pitched a shutout. They didn't pitch a shutout. I mean, what's a Dix got 6 points in the third or in the fourth quarter. let's see. Yeah, they got those 2 field goals. But one of them, the defense started with the ball. It was after the Max Duggan strip sack, and Arlington started with the ball on the 10-yard line, and the defense just shut him down. Like, yeah, this sucks, but you're not going to score. So that was nice. I mean, it was good. It was great. It was great defense, man. The 3 fumbles, and an interception, and Nate Mater should have had another interception. Man, god damn it, dude. It's like you see Cam Kelly get some interceptions, and it's like he's got good hands back there, and then the ball fucking smokes Nate Maters in the hands, and it's like it just chunks off of him. It's like, buddy. But I don't know. Good defense, picking nits on that one. Kyler Baugh didn't play well. Miles Jones didn't play well. And that's really it on defense. I mean, I feel like that was kind of my only 2 notes. I mean, yeah, the defense just played. It was a good game. Going to the offense, though. Okay. So, obviously, we're going to start with Max Duggan. First, I should say I liked what the offense did in this game, kind of. I think they had good ideas. Okay, so this is the passing chart for Max Duggan. It has a check mark next to it if it's completion for a first down. Has a circle around it if it was an incompletion, and there's a star for a touchdown. The notable thing here is that every single completion was a first down or a touchdown, and that's good. That is a good thing. And the other cool thing about this is that there are only 3 passes that were behind the line of scrimmage. Okay, one of them was a spike, which unfortunately counts as a incompletion. There was one that was batted down, and then there was another one that was batted down. This was the only real pass that they were trying to complete behind the line of scrimmage on the 3rd and 3 over here. Yeah, by the way, if you're listening to this and you're confused by what I'm doing, that's because you're listening to it at Solid on Spotify or Apple. If you want to watch it, go to Solid Pod on not Facebook, Solid Pod on YouTube. If you're watching this and you don't want to see what I've written, dick move by you, but hey, you do what you do. You can go listen to it at Solid on Spotify or Apple. Anyway, this pass back here, the 3rd and 3, that was at the very end of the game. It was a swing pass to Jacob Sailors. And, I mean, that's huge given the normal, 7 passes behind the line of scrimmage. They were just working downfield. And I believe the first pass, the first offensive play of the game was a first down to Ja'Cour Pearson. And Ja'Cour Pearson did go out this game. He got hurt on a punt. I noticed that at the game, and then he was standing on the sideline, not in his equipment at all. So I don't know how bad that's going to be. Second, I'm looking for this first play, offensive play of the game. Yeah, it was a 7-yard out route to Ja'Cour Pearson. He got 11 yards as a first down. Like they're moving, they're pushing the ball downfield, and I like that. In the passing game, I mean, listen, Max did not have a good game. He was 7 for 19. Call it 7 for 18 for only 93 yards, a touchdown, and that's a 36.8 completion rate. That's bad. That being said, because 7 for 19 for 93 yards, a touchdown, his quarterback rating was 70.7. Luis Perez with his 16 for 23 for 145 was 68.2. So, like, if you're a rating guy, if you're a quarterback rating guy, Max had a better game than Luis Perez. If that's, I mean, I don't necessarily know if I believe it. I kind of do. I mean, it's like they both had bad games in their own way. But yeah, no, I liked what Max Duggan did. I don't know. He missed guys in all kinds of directions. Throwing at Hakeem Butler. I think he targeted Hakeem Butler. He targeted Hakeem Butler 6 times. Only had 1 catch. Hakeem Butler 3 catches on the season for 3 touchdowns. This one was a 30-yarder. So his 3 passes are a 67-yarder, a 54-yarder, and a 30-yarder. So what is that? He's up to 154 receiving yards at this point off of 3 catches and 3 touchdowns. But But he got targeted 6 times. Very clearly, one of their offensive game plans was, or one part that they were trying to touch on their offense was, hey, let's just throw shit at Hakeem Butler and see what happens. Hakeem Butler, not the best hands in the world. The balls weren't the best being thrown at him, but there was a handful of catchable ones that he didn't make. But his touchdown that he had, they used Ja'Cour Pearson as like not necessarily like a downfield decoy or anything like that, but it was enough to put Hakeem Butler on a one-on-one on a fade. And if that's, I liked what they did more with that. It's so much more fun and more enjoyable to watch and just efficient than those goddamn screens, man. I'm very glad that they moved. Again, I say this every week. I understand the value of a screen game to be able to draw a safety down, but like we've seen, there are other ways to do that. You don't necessarily have to draw a safety down if you want to use a different receiver to get your number one pass catcher a one-on-one. You can do that. It's like, you know what I mean? But I liked what they did. Passing game wise, definitely could have been executed better. I mean, seven completions, but I mean, all 7 of them were for a first down or a touchdown. And when you're talking about efficiency through the passing game with completions, at least, it was good. So there was that. The running game, Jake Sailors had 14 carries for 57 yards. Max Duggan 10 for 49, and 37 of those came off of that scramble as a play action fake, and then nobody was open. And man, that was one of those. Just like, Max, you gotta throw the ball here, bud. He had all the time in the world, and he should have pulled the trigger. I mean, it's a results over process thing. He did get the first down to get the ball down to the 2-yard line, but I mean, it's like, Max, I like what you're doing, but it's terrifying me. It's like, buddy, just throw the goddamn ball. That was one thing that they made a point of, I guess, a whole lot during the broadcast is Max Duggan's, like, his throwing motion takes a long time, and yeah, it does, which is not great, but the guy fucking rifles the ball, man. He rifles it. But yeah, so the running game wasn't necessarily the best. That Arlington defensive line is good in moving into the Battlehawks offensive line. Bradley Ashmore, the backup right tackle that came in for Jawan Bushell-Beatty, who was out with toes, with a classic toes injury. He stunk. I thought that he was doing good, and then at the game, I looked at the person next to me. I said, that number 70 is not playing too poorly. Unfortunately, I said that pretty early on in the first quarter. And then he sucked ass after that, pretty much exclusively. Jared Jones-Smith, it's like, I don't... he's not good, man. He's getting, I mean, just beaten on the left side constantly. And then that strip sack that Arlington had, man, Jared Jones-Smith just gets whomped, and the guy is just full-headed. It's like he didn't even slow him down. There was another play where he whiffed on a corner blitz, which I get. It's like hard. It's hard for a guy like that to be able to move that far outside, but he just completely whiffed it. It's like he didn't even get a hand on the corner. Corner comes in full speed, ends up pounding Max Duggan in the asshole. Ugh. And I get it. If this Ashmore fella's who they're throwing out there as their backup right guard, I don't know if they have swing or not right guard. I don't their backup right tackle. I don't know if this team has a swing tackle. I just burped a little bit into the mic. I'm sorry. I don't know if they have a good swing tackle, a good backup swing tackle or something like that, or if Ashmore is just the backup right tackle and they have a different guy for backup left tackle. If it is Ashmore, I get having Jared Jones-Smith in there, maybe. But man, it's not good. I guess you also need to have the consistency on your offensive line, but man, it's a liability week in and week out, man. He gets beat, and Manny Wilkins or Max Duggan gets punished for it. It's tough. It's tough to watch. You just, every play, it's like, cross your fingers, man. Luckily, I think that their next couple defenses that they're playing, well, I guess they're going to play Birmingham in a couple weeks, but Next week should be easier because showboats stink, baby. They stink. So yeah, no offense. I did like some of the aggressiveness there at the end of the second half. The Battlehawks offense, man, that was flying on like they were flying high, dude. At the end of that first half, they had that was the Hakeem Butler. So they went for it. This is the Max Duggan goes down at the 2-yard line. They do a QB sneak, and Tony after the game said that he thought that it was a lot closer than it actually was. He says he got a bad spot. I don't know. I would just kind of pay attention to everything around the stadium that says, I don't know, 1st and goal from the 2. I would pay attention to that, but he called the QB sneak, which did not work. And then there was an inside zone, and then 2 passes, and that was bad red zone offense there. But they turned the ball over on downs. Defense gets a 3 and out. They get a bad punt. Battlehawks get the ball on like the 34-yard line or something like that. I think there might have been a penalty too that helped out with that punt return. Then it's a Hakeem Butler touchdown. Defense gets another 3 and out, and then Battlehawks do a 6-play, 36-yard drive for a field goal at the end of the half. It's like that was a beautiful 2-minute offense, conserving timeouts and everything like that. You know, it was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. For a 12-point game, for a game that had 18 total points scored in it, I thought the game was fun. I think. I don't know. Maybe if it went the other way around, or if the Battlehawks, if it went the other way around and it was a 12-6 game, I'd be probably dog cussing this game. Be like, that was a shit game. But I don't know. It was. I just liked the ideas that the offense had. The execution, again, dog shit. But it was kind of fun. Is there anything else that I really had with this? I talked about the running game, talked about the passing game. There just was not a whole lot that happened in this game. It just. For a game that I'm saying was fun, it's just like there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, there was, what was it, like 101 total plays or something like that? It was 51 plays by each team, or 51 plays by Arlington, 50 by St. Louis. It's like there's in that many plays, 50 offensive plays. There just was not a whole lot that happened. But I did like that every completed pass was a successful play, which is super nice, especially given the dog shit that we've had to watch over the past couple weeks. Let's get into the awards, I guess. Let's get into the awards. Caw of the week. Caw of the week goes to the best player on the team, the person who had the best performance of the week, and that's going to go to Pita Penu. The amount of pressures that he had, living in the backfield, like I said, everything. 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, fumble recovery, and probably, 7 or 8 more pressures. The guy, banger by your boy Pita. Of the week. Of the week, and I'm gonna come up with a new award here. Is going to be called the drive of the week. The drive of the week. So the drive of the week is going to go to Arlington, who had a 12-play drive that took 8 minutes and 33 seconds off of the clock. 8 minutes and 33 seconds off the clock. That's a crazy amount of time. A 12-play drive, that's a long time for the defense to have to be on the field. The thing is, though, with those 12 plays, they only got 47 yards. This is the last drive of the third quarter. This is the one where Anthony Becht first challenges a play. It was a first down. He challenged a first down for an illegal man downfield, which was real stupid. It's like, Tony, we've been doing a little bit better with these. We've been doing a little better with our super challenges, and then you go out there and do that. It's like, man, and then he lost that challenge rightfully. And then Mike Pereira comes on. He's like, yeah, that was actually a pretty quick one for us. It's like, yeah, man, it should always be quick. If somebody challenges something and it's not the fourth quarter or a touchdown or a turnover or something like that or a big play, yeah, you should just, out of the dignity for the rule and the idea behind it, you should just deny that challenge. Punish people for being dumb. So Tony challenges that play. Doesn't work. All right, let me pull up this drive summary. Third quarter, where are we at? Okay. Luis Perez, short pass short left, complete. Hunter for 14 yards. St. Louis challenge, potential foul. Play was upheld. Second play, Hunter rushed to the right end for 1 yard. Third play, Perez pass short middle, 4 yards. Perez pass short middle, complete by Deontay Burnett. It just says 4 blank yards, which is weird. But that left guard that they have, the left guard that Arlington has, that minor fella, oh, God, he sucks. Arlington had 11 penalties this game, and 4 of them are on this one guy. How the hell do you not pull him? How do you not get this guy out of it? He's such a liability. But he's got a face mask, an offensive lineman with a face mask, 15-yard penalty. Okay, so now it's 3rd and 20 from Arlington 29-yard line. Perez, pass short left, complete, no gain. Okay, 4th and 20, Arlington punts. Unfortunately, their long snapper holds, 10-yard penalty. Battlehawks accept it. 4th and 30 from Arlington's 19-yard line. 4th and 30 from Arlington's 19-yard line. Dude punts, and Jerome Cap, who is going to get the of the week, out of fucking nowhere, this guy, what do you think, you're Frankie Louvu jumping over people? Like, he launches himself and, I mean, smokes Marquette King, that Arlington punter. Smoked, I don't know how the guy's leg didn't snap in half. He smokes the punter's plant leg, roughing the kicker 15 yards. So now it's gone from a 4th and 30 from Arlington's 19-yard line to 1st and 10 from Arlington's 34. They started this drive on their own 25. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 plays. 7 plays, and Arlington has gained a total of 9 yards, which is crazy. Hunter rushes to the left tackle for 2 yards. Perez scrambles for 1 yard. Delay a game, 5 yards. So now they're back to the 37. They're back to the 37. Or no, they're back to the 32. So now this is what, 10 plays in? 10 plays in, and they have gained a total of 7 yards. So they're on their own 32. False start, 5 yards. So this is, I don't know how many plays. However many plays this has been. Okay, I'm going to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the 11th play. It is 3rd and 17. Arlington is on their own 27. So 13 plays, however many plays I said it is, they've gained 2 yards. They've gained 2 yards. Luis Perez, this is that they were rushing, Battlehawks rush 3. Burnett for an 18-yard reception. It's like, damn it, man. This is like your 5th chance to get off the field. Like, what the hell are we doing? Okay, 1st and 10, Arlington 45. Perez passes right for 26 yards, which that was a big one. 1st and 10, incomplete. 2nd and 10, complete, -1 yards. 3rd and 11, complete for 2 yards. Then we get into the 4th quarter, and first play of the 4th quarter, they kick a field goal, a 46-yard field goal. I mean, just the longest fucking drive for 3 yards. And it probably took, I don't know, 30 minutes of real time with all the penalties, and Arlington took a timeout there, and Battlehawks challenged. It was just fucking grueling. Man, I was trying to think of the award. I was thinking it was going to be the Kill Me of the Week or the Drive of the Week. But I think I'm going with the Drive of the Week because I love alliteration and it's really stupid. And then of the Week goes to Jerome Cap. It's like, man, just a bunch of fucking nonsense. I mean, it just makes the game so violently unwatchable. What are you guys fucking doing? That's crazy. There were 12 plays into the drive, and they had 2 positive yards. What the fuck? Oh, I love football. Okay. Bitch of the week. Bitch of the week is going to Luis Perez. All right, I said that. If you were at the game, you did not catch this. But this was on the uh, Renegades' second drive on offense. This was on the drive where Pita Penu forced a fumble and recovered it at the beginning of the game. Sorry, that was another burp. It's gross. I don't know why you're listening to this. I'm a disgusting person. Okay, so the first thing that happened that kind of led to all this is that Chris Garrett got a roughing the passer when he smacked Luis Perez in the head. And watching it like live, it's like, dude, that's so fucking soft. Like he just patted him in the side of the head. Like why are we calling that's such dog shit? That's so stupid that you would call that. But then like watching the game and like on TV, it's like, that was actually he kind of. I mean, that was he tried to clothesline him. Still soft. So I'm not unrelenting from my call that was soft. It's like, yeah, fuck you, Luis Perez. Okay. So in the play after that, they got him a first down. Play after that, Harvey, Willie Harvey kind of comes in, makes like launches himself in and taps Luis Perez like on the top of the head as he's like passing by. And then Pita Penu comes up and gets a strip sack and recovers it. And then Luis Perez, who is just constantly begging for calls. How about you play the fucking game, jackass? You fucking bitch. Like don't be such a bitch. Your move can't just be whining and complaining for calls, because this happened 2 weeks ago, if you remember, or 3 weeks ago at this point, when he was bitching and moaning every single time he like falls to the ground. He's like looking with puppy eyes at a ref, and he's getting calls because he's a little beggy little bitch boy. But then he's running off the field, yelling to Bob Stoops. Tell him to watch the replay. He hit me in that. That's what he says. Tell him to watch the replay. He hit me right in the head. Buddy, you fumbled the ball, man. You were a ball carrier. You weren't throwing the ball. You can get hit in the head when you're running forward. When you're stepping up and you're putting the ball down and he didn't necessarily tuck it because he's a dumbass. But you're a ball carrier, man. You can get arm in the head just as long as it's not after you threw the ball. So he's begging and complaining and bitching and moaning for another roughing or unnecessary roughness because he's such a bitch. And then after that, he yells. That's his second personal, because I believe Bob Stoops challenged this one. Is this the one that he challenged? Bob Stoops. Yeah, okay, this is the one that Bob Stoops did challenge. He listened to Luis Perez, which is very stupid. Don't listen to your whiny boy. And he says that's his second personal foul. He should be out, right? Number one, no, it wasn't his second personal foul. Willie Harvey is not Chris Garrett. They're both black people, and you're racist for thinking that they all look the same. So that is on you, Luis Perez. That is on you. You're a bad guy. It says that's the second personal foul. He should be out, right? So he's begging for a call. God damn, I had another stupid thing. So that immediately when that's happened, and then I believe Bob Stoops challenges it, and it's not a personal foul, and they all look like assholes, and he's sitting on the sideline begging and bitching and moaning and complaining, and this is me vamping so I can find. Oh man, I thought I had another quote of his. Dude, I thought I had another quote of his somewhere. Maybe I don't. I know he did. Listen, believe me, he said something else that was like really bitchy. Man, I thought I had something else. But yeah, no, Luis Perez, bitch of the week. For sure. It's just because his whole thing is that he's like the cat that like learned to play quarterback by watching YouTube, and apparently the stuff that he's watching is just like, hey, if everything's going wrong for you, just complain a lot. And with that, it's like, man, just play the fucking game, jackass. So yeah, bitch of the week goes to Luis Perez, and I guess kind of hot mic of the week. Like there was no, it's like it's a bad look for him. It's a real bad look for him. So yeah, hot mic of the week and bitch of the week goes to him. Dumbass of the week is going to go to Bob Stoops. Bob Stoops on that first drive, iced his own kicker. He iced his own kicker, which kind of. So they had that big pass that was initially called a touchdown, but the homeboy stepped out of bounds. And that ended up being super duper costly because that was an illegal touching, and then that moved him back, and then they ended up kicking a field goal right after that. But Bob Stoops threw his challenge flag down because he was going to challenge that he had both feet in bounds, like the receiver had both feet in bounds, and that was not the issue, buddy. It was that he stepped out of bounds. Not luckily, I think that if you throw your red flag, you should be called, like that should just count as a challenge. Like you made the decision to throw the flag. If you were going to challenge on the first play of the game, now it was a scoring play, so I'll give him points for that, but that early on in the game, the first drive of the game, like people hadn't even made it into the stadium yet. And he's going to use his challenge then. They should punish him. Again, it's like, yeah, you used your challenge. You're dumb, so congratulations. You just don't have it anymore. But they just made him call a timeout. And when he did throw his challenge down, they were lined up to kick a field goal. They blew the whistle. They do act. So this is kind of why I'm kind of iffy on whether or not this was an icing per se. But he kicks, like they actually snap the ball and he kicks it. And normally, and here's what I'm going to say. If it's ever that kind of a situation where they blow a field goal dead, if they still snap the ball and give him a practice kick, I'm going to say, and then he makes the real kick, I'm going to say it's good that he got that practice kick in. He probably wouldn't have made that otherwise. But in the other case is that he makes that practice kick and then they actually go to the kick that counts and then he misses it. In that case, I'm going to say probably shouldn't use the good kick before. So I'm going to win that argument 100% of the time because I play both sides. That way I always come out on top. That's what I do. That's my smart thing. This dumb thing, the dumbass thing, the Dumbass of the Week award goes to Bob Stoops for icing his own kicker. It could have obviously, if he would have made that field goal, he wouldn't win Dumbass of the Week because that was a genius thing to do, to give your kicker an extra practice. So that's my point there. But yeah, that's going to be the ReKawp. Again, defense played fucking awesome the entire game, man. That defensive line, and man, again, I was really kind of worried about it without Austin Falliou because he eats the double teams, which allows his other guys to win their one-on-ones. But without him, man, the edge rushers just showed up. Something fierce. Travis Feeney's living in the backfield. Just man, it was good. Pita Taumapeno, I will say, did have one dumb play, and this is actually the play that Anthony Beck challenged. So the way that this worked is that it was going to be a screen. It was going to be a screen to that Day Hunter guy. And Travis Feeney comes in and blocks the throwing lane from Luis Perez to Day Hunter. Luis Perez does a pump fake, but he's still standing in the backfield. He ends up getting the completion, obviously, and it goes for a first down. But Pita Taumapeno is coming off the backside. Okay, he's coming off the backside, but he bites on the pump fake, and then he turns his head like a dog looking for a tennis ball, while Luis Perez is literally within an arm's reach of him, and then actually does throw the ball, and it's completion. Like, it went from what could have been a 8-yard sack to probably like a 11, 12-yard play. And to be fair, if he would have sacked that, we wouldn't have gotten the drive of the week. So, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. That's my point. But yeah, that was the only dodo thing that Pita Taumapeno did. Other than that, man, every other play, all 49 other plays, he was fucking lights out. I mean, it was a great defensive game. Offense, again, like the idea, execution was dog shit. They kind of went away from some of the successful runs that they were doing with Max Duggan last week. Maybe that's a defensive, like a game plan thing against this defense. I'm not entirely sure. That was kind of my thought going into this game was I think that we're probably just going to see a lot of what we saw from that game 2 weeks ago where they were doing some of those. Who was that against? Against Michigan. I thought they were going to try to do some of those more runs, and I thought, like, okay, maybe this is probably just going to be their offense for the rest of the season. I was wrong. I was wrong about that. I was like, I think this is because that's what happened. They started hitting those screens in the first 2 weeks, and they were successful against bad defenses. And then they were just like, well, I think we're actually just going to run screens. But they stopped doing that. They went to a completely different kind of offensive game plan and passing schemes and stuff like that. And I think that it worked. I think those passes are there. Max is a little bit more accurate on some things. We get some better hands from guys. This game easily, I think, probably could have been like a 20-point kind of a win. But it wasn't, and that's where we're at. But yeah, so that I think that Beck did a really dumb challenge because I'm always gonna flame somebody for that. But I mean, that was the game. Battlehawks won 12-6. like I said, they're 4-2, right up there, back at the top of the XFL conference. And I mean, man, 2 weeks ago it looked like the season was kind of just dead. That's how it looked. But they're back in the they're back in the shit. They're back in the thick of it. Down the stretch, they got what? Week 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 4 more games left. Got to win them all. All right. That is it. That is this week's ReKawp. They have 9 days off before their next game, which will be on Sunday at 2:00 on Mother's Day, which will be hairy because I'm sure that I'll have to, I don't know, we'll game plan for that later on in the week. Okay, but that's a ReKawp. That's great. Go Birds, go Ironbirds, go Battlehawks. ReKawp is back to being the law again. Anything that you say to anybody, they're going to consider that oh, that's just a Battlehawks guy. Like I was walking my dogs this morning, and there's this some old bat standing in the middle of the sidewalk. I don't even know if she's looking. I don't know what the hell she was doing, but she's standing there, and I walk up behind her. And I have to go from the sidewalk and walk in the street to get around this lady a little bit. And then when I walk around, she goes, ah, like I spooked her. Like I spooked, buddy, you're the one standing in the sidewalk. Pay attention around you. Like I could have killed you. I didn't though. I didn't because I'm not a murderer, but I could have killed you and it'd been a real easy thing to do because you weren't paying attention. So obviously when she said that, like I looked at her, I was like, what? And obviously by me saying that, she was like, oh, it's just a Battlehawks guy. There's nothing he's not going to kill me. He's just a Battlehawks guy. That's the point. All right. I will talk to you guys later on this week with a bird's eye preview for that Week 7 game against the Showboats, the lowly Showboats, who are what is their record? I think they might have just only won 1 game. The Showboats are 1-5, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun to watch them just absolutely shit the bed and shit themselves and all that kind of stuff. But I will talk to you guys later on in the week. Bye.